Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hello and welcome back to my Flosstube channel. My name's Laura, also known as Butterfly Stitches 83, also known as Cotton and Clay UK over on Instagram. And this is my channel where we talk all about cross stitch. And it has been a hot minute. I do apologise. I have kind of been really proud of myself that I've been doing this for over a year and I've done it once a month. And I've been like, oh, I've stuck to it and I've had a structure and it's wicked. And that all fell by the wayside. And I think it's now been 6, 7, maybe even 8 weeks since my last video, purely because holiday. And also I'm doing a lot of work with my small business, getting all this summer of stitching summer advent boxes out to everyone, which was taking up very much all consuming and taking up all of my time. So I had to prioritise that over doing a Flosstube, sadly, because I love doing these, but that had to be prioritised. So today is the first chance I've had to do a new Flosstube. So here I am, forgive me. Welcome back if you are welcome back if you are an existing subscriber. Thank you so much for lending me your time again. I know there's a million Flosstubers you could be watching, so it makes me so happy when some of you watch me, and if you are brand new and you've never seen my face before, hello, as I say, I'm Laura, and I really hope there'll be some projects and some stash that you will enjoy looking at today. To be honest, the pile of stuff that I've got next to me here is immense. Where it's been quite a long time, I've got quite a lot to show, so chances are there will be at least something that that you like and you can be enabled to buy or inspired by or something else along those lines. So thank you so much. If you do enjoy what you see, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe to this channel. It's hard to grow on YouTube. It's really hard to grow, and I've sort of become, I did incredibly well at the beginning. I was so grateful. I think I was shared a few times, and I think now I'm just I've got to a sort of a plateau. So if you do like what you see, please hit the subscribe button and please let anyone else know that you like this channel, in case some other people want to find me as well. So that's intro. What have we got today? I always like to set expectations. I've got 2 new finishes. I've got 2 starts and finishes. I've got 4 new starts, of course I have. 6 progress on 6 whips. I want to show you a couple of bits from my Stitchy shop, Cotton and Clay. I've got a massive pile of haul, which was actually bigger and I've cut in half. I'll tell you about that in a minute. A couple of bits of lovely Stitchy kindness. I want to do an unboxing of the new Cotton Twine box from Historical Sampler Company, and I've also got something to give away from Historical Sampler Company, and also we'll talk some Stitchy plans for the coming month. So yes, here we are. Let's crack on, shall we? If at any point I look distracted and I'm looking over this way, it's because just as I was about to film this, my neighbour decided he was going to do some gardening right by the fence, which has got like a trellis top, is it trellis with the gaps? So, and literally that's about 4 meters away. I'm in my conservatory with all windows. So he's just gardening, and if he looks up, he's just going to look straight in and see me talking to myself or talking to a camera and looking like, a right tosser. I started because in the end it looked like he'd gone. So if you ever see me distracted at any point, that'll be why. Oh, he's back. He's back right now. We're going to carry on. There's no shame. If I want to do a YouTube channel, I'm going to do a YouTube channel. Anyway, regardless, let's move on to finishes. I've got 2 brand new finishes that I wanted to show you. The first one is called, oh, did I write what they were called? Yes, Hello Spring. And here we are. It is such a cute piece. Now, the full pattern does have Hello Spring written across the bottom, and I ummed and ahed over it, but in the end I decided not to because I want to have this up all year round. I'm going to turn it into a little pillow and put it on this awesome Welsh dresser that I've got in my new kitchen. So I just decided to leave the Hello Spring words off of the bottom. This was from a previous Historical Sampler Company Cotton and Twine box. I think off the top of my head, maybe February, March. And it was designed by the awesome Yasmins Made With Love, who you guys know I'm a big fan of. But yeah, I absolutely love it. The bear's face in particular, and the beautiful flowers. Gorgeous. So I finished this ages ago, and it feels really weird that I'm showing it in the Flosstube now, but I haven't done one, so alas, I've got to show it today, even though some of you may well have already seen it. Let's move this over here. And my second finish is one that I've been working on for a while, and I was so excited to finally finish, and it is this beauty. I love it so much. I just love it so much. This is Seasonal Etchings by Heart in Hand. And I've been doing, so it's obviously the 4 seasons, and I've been doing one per season for the last, well, when did I start it? Maybe end of last year. I think yes. So end of last year I started with the autumn, the owls. Then in the winter, God, I'm doing a terrible job today. Then in the winter I did this one with the beautiful cardinal. Then in spring this year we did the hare. And then since I last saw you, we did the fish for summer. And I just adore it. I've loved every second of it. I've used a combination of called for colours and my own colours. I've kind of, a lot of them I've grabbed from all different places, you know. I've got some Cottage Garden threads for the bunny, some Roxy floss, some Weeks Dye Works, and then just some Stash DMC. If you want the full list of everything that I all the colours and threads that I used to get it exactly like this, it is it already on there? It's either already on my Butterfly Stitches 83 Instagram, or if it's not, I will be posting it in the next week or so with all the colours and flosses that I used. The fabric is 28 count fibre on 28 count fabric flare, and I can never remember I think it's Old Library. I can never remember what it's called. I think it's Old Library. But yeah, love it so much. Was very, very, very chuffed to have finished that one. So that's my 2 finishes. I've then, I shut the door for the same reason of, you know, the neighbour looking at me. And now the sun's come out and it is boiling hot in here. But never mind. We shall carry on. Yes, I've also got 2 starts and finishes, which, as you know, are always from the same book. I've been doing one a month. Every month for this year, and I've stayed on schedule, and obviously because I haven't seen you for a while, we've got 2 to share with you. So the book in question is this 12 monthly minis by Primrose Cottage. As I say, I've been doing every month and keeping up with it. This is the June one. Again, I'm stitching from Stash, but it's largely Roxy floss that I'm using, and I'm just sticking close-ish to the called for colours, apart from July, which I'll show you in a moment. So that one is June. So pretty. The strawberries are just awesome. And for July, I've gone a bit left field. So let me show you. So fellow Brits will understand this. We love American designers so much, but needle minders just jumped into each other. We love American designers, we love them dearly, and we do love the 4th of July stuff. It always looks so beautiful, but we can't stitch that, obviously, for that's your independence. Without getting political, I don't know much about it, but I'm assuming that was when America became independent from us. So it would be quite weird for us to stitch a load of 4th of July stuff, although sometimes I really want to because it's so beautiful. So obviously I'm doing these, I have to do all 12 because it's a set, and the July pattern is a patriotic pattern. So let me show you what it looked like. It's here, this little picture here. And I was just going to stitch it as is because I think it's so cute, and it's not overly patriotic. Like, yeah, they do look like the Stars and Stripes flag, but it's not like in your face. So I was going to carry on it anyway as it is, And then I had a bit of a brainwave and I thought, well, what if I just change all the colours? So if I just change all the colours, then it won't be, you know, it won't really look patriotic anymore. It might look a bit weird, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I went with it. I chose some sort of summery, beachy colours from these are all from the Cottage Garden Thread Floss of the Month Club, actually. And I've done something a bit different. So here is my non-patriotic, patriotic July monthly mini. So obviously these would have been red, white and blue and would have looked like the US flag. But in my mind now, I'm kind of thinking they look like maybe stripy ice lollies or deck chairs or something. And then the flowers as well. So I hope this has not offended Primrose Cottage or any of my American friends, but I just wanted to mix it up a little bit to have it fit with being British. I think it works. I mean, it's not going to be my favourite one because obviously it worked so much better in the original colours as it was designed to. But it's got me over that hurdle of what to do. Because all the way along I've been thinking, what am I going to do about the July one? So it's got me over that hurdle. So yeah, if you are a British person or European or any other nation outside of the US, let me know, do you stitch patriotic stuff? Because, I mean, sometimes I'm so tempted. Like some of them are so beautiful and they don't always have flags. Sometimes they're just red, white and blue and like summery fireworks and stuff like that. And I'm always so tempted because a lot of the patterns are so gorgeous. But I've never actually done it. But I'm curious if any of you have. So if you're not American, but you have stitched patriotic themed patterns, then let me know because I'm curious and I want to know which ones and I want to see them. So let me know or tag me in. So, to make up for it next month is bees. August is bees, and you know that is my jam. So that'll be all good, and I'll be stitching that exactly as it is. It also gave me a lovely excuse to use some of the Cottage Garden threads from my stash from the Talking Dog Stitcheries monthly thread club that I've been doing. So that was nice. Beautiful bag by Sobe Bags, by the way. I like to show this off every time. It's gorgeous. Okay, next new start. So how many new starts did I say we had? Four new starts. I think that's right. So the next one is also a Primrose Cottage offering. You guys know I am a super fan. I've had this one in my stash for a while and I was very, very excited to start it. And it's this Honeybees and Stitching Please by Primrose Cottage. It is so gorgeous, so cute. Colours are incredible. Already had all the colours from when I did the Honeybee Quaker of theirs. So already had them all ready to go. And here's where I am. So I was pretty pleased with that as a new start because I feel like I have done basically half of it. And I'm hoping to get the other half finished before I next see you. It's an absolute joy. It's a pure joy to stitch. Everyone knows how fun it is stitching letters. Well, I don't think that's just me. Other people agree on that because it goes so quick. The colours are gorgeous. This fabric is gorgeous. Same fabric I use for a lot of theirs, which is 28 count antique white even weave by Spygott. I love it. I loved doing the honeycomb. Just gorgeous. Gorgeous. And I'm hoping to do the other half of that and get it finished at some point in this month or in early August. So that is Honeybees and Stitching Please, designed by Lindsay at Primrose Cottage. By the way, they've just opened their brick and mortar shop and I watched a little video where Lindsay was doing a speech outside the shop and I was actually crying. I don't know these people other than watching their Flosstube, but I was crying because it was so sweet and it means so much to them and it's a huge achievement. They've opened a bricks and mortar shop, which is a risk and an amazing dream come true. So hats off to them for that. Next new start. This bag, I think I showed you in my last video in the haul, which was my first Oh So Alison bag. And it's just so stinking gorgeous. It's strawberries, and what I'm about to show you is lemons, but who cares? I didn't have a lemon bag, so that's where we are. So this is also technically haul, but because it's been so long since I did a video, it's now just a new start instead of haul, so I couldn't resist it. So this is part of Yasmin Made With Love's fruit garden series, which I'm sure you've all seen by now, that she released a month or so ago. I'm sure you've all seen them. They're absolutely stunning. They are Quaker patterns. Would you call them Quaker? No, maybe you wouldn't call it Quaker. I'm not sure what you'd call the style, but they are beautiful, and they are based on all different fruits. I think there's 8 or 9 or 10 maybe. I should know because I did some scissor fobs to match, which we'll get to later. It was so hard to decide which one I wanted, but in the end I went with the lemon, which is Lemon Study, which is so pretty. As always, Yaz's charts are like so chunky and sort of bright and like easy to read. I want to show you a little smidge. Look how big and easy to read that is. Beautiful. Really good quality. Always love these. And then I couldn't just leave it there, so then I had to get something else lemon from her website. I'm not sure if she's still got these left or if she's sold out now. If not, I'm sure she'll be making something similar in the future. And this is her lemon thread bed. I think I showed you the strawberry thread bed in my last haul, my last video, and I had to go back and get the lemon one because when I bought the lemon study pattern I had to. What's awesome about these is, so you've got your thread bed here. If you're using loads of different colours, you can roll them all up and they stick nicely onto there. Obviously for this I'm just using the one colour, so I've just hooked it on here, and it's also got a magnet in here so you can attach your needle minders to it. I'm using my own lemon one. That is one of, let me show you that. That is one of Cotton and Clay's new fruity needle minders. I've also got on here, I think I just put it on here for storage for now because I need a new project. In fact, maybe I'll put it on my honeybees. This is a lovely little bee needle minder that I got previously from the lovely Charlie Feathers. The floss I'm using is, after umming and ahhing and looking at all the different lemony shades, it's Lemon Chiffon from Weeks Dye Works. Super bright citrusy colour. The fabric is Azure Blue from Zweigart. And now I've got to figure out, I've done one corner of this and I've got to figure out which way around it goes. Here we go, that's right. And that's where we are. That colour pops so much. And it's a really satisfying stitch. I could have done a lot more, and I probably will do a lot more before I next see you, because it's a really satisfying stitch to work on. But I had loads of other projects and I just needed to crack on. But look how gorgeous. I also knew I needed, as soon as I bought it, I was like, I have to start it, even if I don't get any further, even if I just do a start. So yeah, I love it. It's going to be such a gorgeous project. It's going to look amazing on the wall or whatever we do with it. I love it. So if you are into fruity patterns, which is definitely sort of the theme du jour of this summer is fruits, and if somehow you have not noticed these amazing patterns from Yasmin's Made With Love, then make sure you go and check her out because she's got so many different fruits and they're all beautiful, and you could do your own take on all of them. So yes, that was another new start. I think we've got two more new starts. Next one, bag wise, this bag, you know what, I'm pretty chuffed. So I got this bag from Temu, and I always want to apologise every time I mention Temu on here because as a small business owner and a handmade business owner, I know that I shouldn't really be supporting Temu, but every once in a while I go on there, and this bag was, they had a few different colours and it was like £3. And I was like, you know what, I'm going for it. It's plasticky, it's like a plasticky canvas, but look how nice the pattern is, and it's a pretty decent size, and it was like a £3 or £4, so can't really complain for that. And because I'm an idiot, I don't have the picture to show you for this. I'll tell you what if I show you, no, you know what, let's not do that. I was going to try and show you on my phone, but that's not going to work. So this is the new whale project from Love Poppet. You are bound to have seen it because it's been everywhere. Lots of people have been working on it, and I will print it off to show you next video, and I will put a link down below. It was the Patreon, so not this month's Patreon pattern, last month's Patreon pattern. And even though I'd previously unsubscribed to Love Poppet's Patreon because I have too many projects, and I always thought to myself, well, unless one comes that I absolutely have to have, it did, so I resubscribed so I could get this one. It's absolutely beautiful. So I will show you a proper picture in the link below, but basically it's like a floral whale. It doesn't look very whale-like at the moment, but it kind of goes swoosh, 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 swoosh. It's quite big and dense, but it's beautiful, and again, really fun to stitch because you do all of these flowers and then it's just loads of filling. So I think I'm going to do a few more flowers and outline, and then take it with me to stitch in London to do all the filling in, because you need something that's easy when you're chatting to people. I made a little whale needle minder for those of us who are doing the stitch along for this. This is available in my Etsy shop, and this sweet little needle minder is from Cape Blandford. So I've got both on there because you can't have too many. This fabric is from Homemakery, crystal, can't remember the colour, but I've got some in stash that I got at the same time, so I'll be able to tell you the colour then. But this colour is so stunning. It's like this beautiful purple. When I bought it, I didn't realise, I was just not paying attention, and I didn't realise that it was opalescent, but you can't really see it there, but the shine on it in certain lights is gorgeous. But in the end I was fine with that because I like opalescent for like watery patterns, so it kind of works for me. Yeah, I love it, and I'm going to be doing a lot more work on that. So that's the whale from the Love Poppet Patreon. So gorgeous. Yeah, and if you want one of those little whale needle minders, then you can go to my shop, which is linked down below. And my fourth new start. Now, I had big plans for doing Jolly July / Christmas in July. I had at least 3 patterns, and I was really going to go for it with them and get a lot of it done because I've got so many Christmas patterns in my stash ready to go. And then we're having like the hottest, sweatiest, muggiest summer ever. And every time I went to pick up something Christmassy, I was like, I just can't. This is just, it's too hot. Obviously Christmas in July is always going to be hot, but it's just like, I can't. Except for one, because I'm doing it as a stitch along with some of my beautiful stitchy friends. This wasn't even on my list. They were like, we're doing this as a stitch along. Oh, okay, buy it, buy the fabric, buy all the stuff, start it. It's a sickness, really. So this was my one little dalliance into Christmas in July. I know July's not over, but I've planned the next few days, and I really don't think I'm going to be doing any more Christmas. But it is a good one. If you're going to do one, it's a great one. It's the Heart and Hand Christmas Tiny Town. You guys know I love a tiny town. I think this is my fourth or fifth tiny town. I love them so much. And as I say, I've only done a little bit. Oh, another bag from Temu, by the way. Little drawstring bags. Again, cheap as chips. It's perfect for a small project. I figure I support a lot of handmade bag makers because I'm obsessed and I'm buying a new bag every bloody month. So that's how I sort of justify to myself getting a couple from Temu. And here we are. I've done the first tiny little house. Yeah, I've done the first one, and that's it, and the little tree. And it was super fun, but I just couldn't. It's too Christmassy. I couldn't. Again, this is one of Cotton and Clay's needle minders. I have a little cardinal. If anyone wants one for their Christmas stitching. So yeah, again, let me know in the comments if, oh, and sorry, it's the same fabric as I did the seasonal etchings, which as I say, it's fabric filet, and I think it's Old Library, 28 count. So yeah, if you have managed to do any Jolly July, Christmas in July stitching, then please let me know what you stitched on and how you managed it whilst feeling all sweaty and gross. Unless, of course, you live in the Southern Hemisphere, in which case it is winter. So you should be doing lots of Christmas stitching, I'm sure, or elsewhere when it's not been like as muggy and disgusting as the UK. I do have one issue with it. is that I bought, because I did buy it all so quick, I bought all the called for colours and they're all beautiful. However, some of the houses are like these light colours, and I just think that is gonna wash out on here, isn't it? Maybe. I do need to do a little bit of thinking on that. So I might have to change those up a little bit because I don't want them to be washed out. But that's a problem for another day. It's probably a November problem, to be honest. That was my final new start. So we're 25 minutes in, we've only done new starts. So we could be a while. I hope you guys have got yourself a drink. Maybe pause, get yourself a drink. Okay, whips. Let's move on to whips. I think I've got 6 to show you. Again, another beautiful bag. This one is kindly made as a present by my lovely friend Lorna. She is, I think, working on some other bags, and I'm trying to get her to open a shop. So if she does, you'll hear it here first, because it is just a beautiful bag and beautiful fabric. Right, I'm about to show you the most creased whip you've ever witnessed on Flosstube. It had been stuck in my, until this morning I realised it had been in the hoop for about 6 weeks since I was last working on it. This is one I took on holiday, excuse me, and didn't even do a single stitch on holiday, but I had it with me, so it was in the hoop ready to go. And then this morning I realised it was still in the hoop, so I do apologise. It's incredibly creased, but that's life. That's life when you're using, this is the linen, which gets so creased, don't they? Anyway, it's blue flower in praise of pollinators, as I'm sure you just saw, and here it is, hyper creased. Here we go. So I think last time I saw you, I'd done all of this part, and then this bit is new. These beautiful flowers. I love the gradient. I'm using all the called for DMCs for this. Some DMCs, some fancy floss, a couple of fancy floss. I love the gradient on these, and this is our lovely bat. And the reason I had it in my hoop and was taking it on holiday is because I was planning on filling in all of this on holiday. Bit of mindless filling in. Sadly, that didn't happen. My kids were too full on. I didn't do any stitching. It was just too much. So again, might just carry on with this, go down, leave that big chunk to stitch in London. It's nice to have some sort of, as I say, easy stitching to do. The needle one I'm using is another beauty from Charlie Feathers. It's this lovely butterfly, which is obviously perfect for the theme. So yes, it's definitely my top 5 favourite patterns of the year. I love working on it, and I love getting it out every time. It's just a joy, absolute joy and a privilege. So, in praise of pollinators, by, as we mentioned who it's by, did I? Blue flower. Next, it is the whip you all like to see. It is the whip I bring out every month, and it is, we're getting there, guys. We're getting some progress. It's the Quacker. It is the Quacker. You all know the story. Regular viewers are aware. On our table, we met the lovely Miguel, who designed this pattern at Big Stitch last summer. We all went crazy, decided he had the model and it was so beautiful. We decided we had to buy it, all went and bought the pattern, all started it together with the idea that in Big Stitch next year, which we'll talk about later, we would all be done. That was the plan for 2 years, and you need 2 years because it's a beast, absolute beast. But I feel like I'm really making some progress now. I feel like I'm really getting somewhere at last. My deal is that I'm making the second Sunday of every month Ducky Day, and I'm stitching it every time on Ducky Day. I'm trying to get at least one motif done. Obviously I'm not doing it all in one day. I'm putting like 2 or 3 days around that Sunday to try and get a new motif done each time, because otherwise I've got no chance of making it and getting it finished. So here we are, very pleased. I always have to go back for this. Here we go. So this bit down here, this whole massive bit here, was my progress this month. And you know what? I'm not sure if the last time I saw you, because it's been a hot minute, if I actually showed you the previous bit. So the bit I did before, let me fold it in half so I can show you them close. So I did this bit with this guy and this bit. So I feel that's quite a lot of stitches, and I'm pretty pleased with where we are. So I'm coming up on halfway. But the good thing is that I'm coming up on halfway, a lot of the second half, or some of the second half, is like block colour, which will be obviously a lot quicker. So in theory, I feel like I'm kind of over halfway really, in terms of like time it's going to take. The fabric is 27 count Linda in Grass from Spygart, and this little ducky is again one of mine at Cotton and Clay that you can find in my Etsy shop, along with matching floss ring and scissor fob as well. I'm using Weeks Dye Works Lemonade, and I actually just bought another 3 skeins because I just was starting to get terrified that I really wasn't going to have enough, even though I think previously I'd bought 10 skeins or something, but it's going down really fast. So I thought I needed more. So yes, that is my Quacker. But you guys love seeing the same one every month, eh? I'm sure you do, because it's beautiful. Okay, next whip. Oh my God, I've loved working on this. I couldn't actually put this down this month. I could not put it down. Terrible, again, creased print out. But at least I got the print out for this one. Again, it's Love Poppet, and it's the Seahorses, and it was one of her Patreon patterns from last year. And it is so stunning. I love working on it. And I love the threads, and I love the fabric, and I love the needle minder that I made, and I love everything about it. And here's where we are. So last time I saw you, I hadn't even started the pink one. I think we'd just done this and this. So look at her. It's so gorgeous. I love working on it. It's so satisfying to work on, because like with the whale, it's just loads of beautiful patterns, or like, I don't know, there's just something about the way that Claire at Love Poppet designs that is just so satisfying and beautiful. I love it so much. And again, this is a needle minder that I designed especially for this pattern, but obviously you can use it on whatever you want. Available in my shop. Sorry, I've done loads of plugging today. Just I happen to have had my needle minders and stuff. Sorry about that. I've got loads more plugging later as well. Sorry, so sorry. You can skip that. I don't mind. Okay, so and this is Wentworth Sage 16 count Ada by Marie's. Oh, what's her shop called? It's Marie at Stitches and Diamonds, and her shop name has gone out of my head, but it will be in the notes below. But yeah, it's a joy to stitch on. It's just great. It's great fun. And the floss drops I'm using are Kate Blandford, and they all match the colours, and just everything about it is just fun. Just love it so much. And my third from last whip. I was really chuffed to get some time to work on this one. And now I've done such a big chunk, I'm actually thinking I might add it to my 2025 like finishes, aims, goals list, because I think I could actually finish it. First of all, gorgeous bag I've shown you before, which is from Mrs. Craft Room, another amazing bag maker. And it is Atlantic Shore from the incredible Pigeon Coop Designs. See, I call it Atlantic Shore because I think that's what it was called when it first came out. But if you're looking for it on their site, I think it's part of a cluster of patterns called Coastal something. I don't know. I'll find out and put it down. I'll link to this pattern where you can get it down below on the Pigeon Coop website. But yeah, it's an absolute beauty. It's again very satisfying to stitch. I thought I had no chance of finishing it, but as I say, I've made a good chunk of progress this month, and I think I do have a chance of finishing it. So again, one of my needle minders, this time a little starfish. And here's where we are. So as I say, I've done a fair chunk. So I think last time I saw you, I think I'd done it up to like the top of this little island. So I think everything from here up is what I've done this time. And because that's like practically full coverage, that was a lot. And I was pretty chuffed to get all that filled in. And again, similar to the Quacker, the second half, as I say, I'm about halfway, or I'm just over halfway, but the second half is a lot less dense. So I've done this bit, and then all of this is just gaps. So this is practically full coverage, sort of. But these clouds, that's just the background coming through. So again, I'm over halfway, because in terms of how long it's going to take. So yeah, that's it. I declare it to you now. That and the next one I'm going to show you, next two I'm going to show you, are all going onto my I vow to finish this in 2025 list. If I put it on here, it makes me think I'm more likely to do it. But that is probably not the case at all. Okay, now on penultimate whip. And again, I've obviously just picked some really good projects this year, so thank myself for that, because again, this is a joy to work on. I've pretty much got no projects that are kind of even remotely a chore at the moment. They're all just extremely satisfying. And this is Stitchy Tear by Erin Elizabeth. Again, a much sort of quicker stitch than I thought it was going to be. It's gorgeous. And I've finished another shelf. So last time I saw you, I had done this shelf. Now I've done this one. It's hard to see on video, but it's much better in real life. The gold details on this old vintage sewing machine really pops better in real life than on this camera. The lighting is not good because we're sort of in and out of clouds and then extreme sun. And with the cotton reel, I've done the same, and that's what they tell you to do, as I've done here, which is like fill it in with cross stitch and then do a few very long satin stitches, I suppose you'd call, but just long back stitch across. And then the best part was this little tomato pin cushion. It was really fun to work on that. I'll come back a bit so you can see it. It was really fun to work on that. And the threads that I'm using are a lot of fun as well. Again, I just picked from Stash, but a lot of them I picked are like Weeks Dyeworks, so they've got nice variegation. But yeah, loving it. And I think, yeah, again, I'm going to call this a 2025 finish. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't. Famous last words. And finally, I was working on this into the wee hours last night, and I'm still not where I want to leave it. I got a bit obsessed with it, to be honest. I haven't had it out for a couple of months and I've become obsessed. It is Modern Folk Embroidery, Big Stitch, Big Tree, which was one of the exclusive patterns at Big Stitch last year. Signed by the incredible Jacob, who was obviously the keynote speaker there. And this is my take on it. You guys have seen before. It's hyper bright. I'm using paint box threads, and the collection is called Indian Summer, I think. A mental block, but I think that's what it's called. And these colours are just stunning. I'm using, this is a 28 count by Coffee Craft Fabrics in like a grey, bluey grey. And I'm using, I think I've said this before, I'm using the paint box threads, which are slightly thicker. They're like 1.5 DMC. So they are thicker, but I'm still using 2 strands because it's a 28, 32 and up. You'd want 1 strand. This is the absolute max, like it's proper chunky. So if you don't like that chunky look, I'd use 1 strand of paint box. But yeah, love it, love. So I've come in at it a weird way, because I think I mentioned to you last time I showed it, I messed up down here, around here somewhere, and then it all kind of impacted all down here. And then I got in a bit of a panic. So instead of continuing this side, I was like, no, you need to now do the border and do the border all round, and then continue the edges this side to make sure that when you have to fudge it, because I'm going to have to fudge it, that you fudge it somewhere in the middle where it's less obvious. So that's why I've kind of gone here, there and everywhere. But I think I've kind of got, now I've done this part down here, I think I'm kind of at a place now where hopefully it's all going to work in the end. So I'm going to keep this, put this back in my hoop, keep working on this for the next couple of days and try and get this side symmetrical to that side before I next put it away. I thought this was one that was going to take a really long time, but actually now I feel like I've broken the back of it a little bit. So again, I'm putting it in the 2025 finishes goals list. We'll see. We'll see where we are. Okay, so that's all my new starts, all my finishes, all my whips. What next? What should we do next? Let's do Stitchy Kindness, because I've got 2 lovely bits of Stitchy Kindness. The first is a lovely present from Charlie Feathers. I'm sure you all know Charlie. She's just the most beautiful, sweet person. And she finds a lot of amazing kits and patterns in charity shops and on eBay, and I don't know how. I go into charity shop and there's just nothing. She's brilliant. Anyway, she saw this one and she sent me a picture and said, do you want this? I picked this up today. I thought of you. Do you want me to send it to you? And initially I said no, because I was in, no thank you. Because I was in like one of them moods where you're just like, I've got too many whips, I've got too many projects, I've got too much stash. Like you start to have the guilt. And then a few days went by and I was like, oh, I do want that. And then I saw her and she showed it on her Flosstube, and then she was like, and Laura decided that she didn't want it because she's got too much stash. So, and I was like, oh no, I want it now, I want it. Anyway, I messaged her and said like, I've changed my mind. If you're sure you don't want to stitch it, then please do send me this pattern. So she has, and it's a kit actually, and I will definitely stitch it at some point. Anyway, here we are. Let me show it. She thought of me because of butterfly stitches and how butterflies mean a great deal to me, and I just thought it was so cute. So yeah, I've got it in my stash. So thank you so much, Charlie, and sorry for being so like, oh yes no. You know me, I'm a bit of an indecisive idiot like that. So thank you so much, so sweet of her. And the other bit is actually something my mother-in-law found for me, and I love it. So my mother-in-law, she also loves a charity shop, absolutely loves a charity shop, and she knows I love cross stitch, and she brings me things from time to time, and she bought me this, and I'm so impressed that this was in a charity shop. So it's a whole making box. So it's Make Box and Co. I don't know if they still exist. You guys, you know what, I'll have a look, see if I can find this afterwards, see if they still exist, and put it in the description. But it's a whole kit. So I've got the booklet, it's Home Sweet Home by Make Box and Co. And in here I've got a whole box. I've got a huge hoop, which I'll definitely be making use of, all the DMCs, the Ada, the pattern, I won't show you the pattern, but the pattern, all of the finishing stuff in order to make it into this hanging thingy. So whether I'm going to like keep it and stitch it, or I might put it on the either the selling table or the freebie table when I go to one of the retreats. I haven't decided yet. I do love it, I just don't know if I'm going to get around to it, and I'd sooner maybe gift it to someone who really wanted to do it. But yeah, I love it. I was so chuffed that she found that for me and she gave it to me, and like it's a full complete kit. It hasn't been started, hasn't been touched. So yeah, very, very pleased with that. So that was my Stitchy Kindness. I'm just pulling my, wheelbarrow of haul over. Hang on. Let's do that. Let's pull that over. So what to do next? Let's do the Cotton Twine unboxing. So like a total idiot, I'm just a terrible ambassador, like naughty. I'm usually pretty good with this, but not this month. I've completely forgotten to check when the deadline was for this Cotton Twine box. It is usually around now. So I will, if it's like today or something, I'll link it down below so you can get it. Otherwise, they do sometimes have older boxes that you can purchase. But I'm just going to show you it anyway. It is so gorgeous. as usual, beautifully wrapped. I mean, even if the deadline has gone for this one, I just recommend anyone to sign up to the Cotton Twine boxes. They are so beautiful and they are such good value for money because you get so much, and it's only £20 for Ada, 22 for linen. It's just brilliant. And again, this month's box I love. I should say, by the way, these are kindly gifted to me by Historical Sample Company, who make these boxes, and I'm just so grateful to them for gifting them to me because I absolutely love them. And this one is, oh my god, even more beautiful than usual. And it's the July box. It is Busy as a Bee, My Needle and Me. And guess what? You can tell from those beautiful signature flowers, it is designed by Yasmins Made With Love. What's awesome about the Cotton and Twine boxes is sometimes they are in-house, and sometimes they are, sometimes they're designed in-house and sometimes they bring in a guest designer. Can't get my words out today, which is obviously the case with this one, and it is so gorgeous. And as well as the gorgeous pattern, as always, you get tea, you get a sweet treat, which in this case is sour watermelons. This is really cute. This is by East of India, and it's a sweet little notions pouch. It's really like pretty quality. That says Pretty Little Things. You get the frame to finish the project in, and you get the fabric, the floss, and a needle. So as I say, you can have either the linen or Ada. I choose the linen, and look at these colours. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. As I say, I can't remember, and I'm so sorry that I should have this info to hand. I can't remember if you can still get this one or if that finished maybe yesterday or the day before. I will double check and I will put all of the details in the show notes and a link to where you can sign up to the Cotton and Twine boxes. And they are 100% worth it. And they are a lovely company as well. And I was really excited because I thought I was going to get to meet them at this year's, because I'd heard a rumour that they were coming to this year's Stitch in London, but sadly they are coming to weekend 2 and I'm going to weekend 1, so another year will go by that I don't get to meet Joanne and Suzanne, which is a shame because they're just geniuses. But one day we will meet. And another historical sampler thing to show you, they are currently doing their pumpkin patch stitch along. And again, they kindly gifted me the kit and some other goodies. I've got a lot of autumn stitching this year, so I don't think I'm going to be able to stitch it. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway for the kit. So let me show you. Okay, so there's something else in there. Okay, so again, the pattern is it's a mystery stitch along, and we're only on part 2, so I can't show you that, but I can show you. This is Ada this time. Mixed it up a bit, so we've got the Ada and the gorgeous colours. Very beautiful. I've seen parts 1 and 2 and they are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And if I can find a picture, I will link down below. Absolutely lovely. So if you, and there's a needle in there as well. So if you would like to win this Ada needle minder floss and the obviously electronic patterns that come through once a week will get sent to you. If you would like to be in for a chance of winning that kit, then please put a comment down below, make sure you're subscribed and include the word Halloween in your comment, and I will do a choose random selection and let you know in my August video. As I say, it's a stitch along that is running right now, so please bear that in mind. I won't be posting it out until after my sort of tail end of August, when all the parts will be available, and obviously I will just send you forward on the chart for you. But so you won't be able to do it as the stitch along, so just bear that in mind. If you don't want to do that, then don't enter the giveaway, but if you're happy to just have the kit and stitch it afterwards, then please enter the giveaway by mentioning Halloween, being subscribed, put in a comment, and I will let you know the winner next month. They also sent me, but I'm sadly not giving these away because I'm sorry, but I love them. They also sent me the needle minder, which is a sweet little witchy ghost, and this absolute beauty of a floss organizer. But you may well be able to find these on their website. Again, if these are available separately, which they sometimes are, I will put links to them below. So that is that. Okay, so that's Cotton Twine, that's giveaway. Let's move on to haul proper. Let me bring my stuff up here. So there was about double the amount of haul, but some of it is birthday presents that I've given to my husband. He's put away for my birthday next month. So I've decided to just do what I've got here, save the other parts to do as a sort of a birthday haul in my next video, because otherwise we'd be here literally all day. In fact, before we do haul, I'm just going to quickly show you the Cotton and Clay needle minder of the month. So for those of you who are new, Cotton and Clay is my Etsy shop where I make handmade cross-stitch accessories, needle minders, scissor fobs and floss rings, needle threaders out of polymer clay. And the needle minder of the month club is you can sign up to receive a needle minder every month for only £5. They're usually £8.50, and I will put the link to sign up, or you can buy it on my website as a one-off for £6. This month's needle minder is this pretty sunflower, which is a good one. And I also, while I'm here, captive audience, as I say, if you don't want me banging on about my business, then please feel free to skip this part, but it is cross stitch related, so you might want to know. I thought I would show you the fruit collection that I made. So earlier on you saw that I was sharing the beautiful lemon study pattern from Yasmins Made With Love, and as I say, she's got multiple patterns with different fruits. And she asked me to make matching scissor fobs for each of the fruits, which is what I did. And I don't know if I've got all of them here. I've got whatever ones I grabbed. I think I've got most of them, but possibly not all of them, which is what I did. So I put quite a lot of time and energy into matching the fruits and making them as pretty as I could. So if you like any of these, please feel free to head over to my Etsy shop where they all are ready for you to get. I also take orders direct, so if you want to message me on Instagram and order directly from me and pay via PayPal, then you get a slight discount because I don't have to pay the Etsy fees. Okay, so let me just quickly show you what we've got. So the lemon, you've seen the lemon, I don't have the lemon scissor fob here, but you've seen the lemon needle minder, and the scissor fob is very similar. Here's the orange needle minder and the matching scissor fob. The lemon scissor fob is exactly like this, but with lemons. Grape. So the grape and the banana are very tiny needle minders. These are like little miniature needle minders. And here's the matching scissor fob. The strawberry, you guys will have seen, I made the strawberry one first because we were well into strawberry season. Strawberry scissor fob and the matching needle minder. Banana, again, this is a teeny weeny one. So cute. And the banana scissor fob. I like this. I really love that sun charm. Where are we? Ah, my personal favourite is the pineapple. Let me show you why I love it so much. This shimmer. So this is hand painted, clay base, and then this gold shimmer is so beautiful in real life. And here's the matching scissor fob. Again, I love the charms on this. Watermelon. Oops. Some of these really I really had to think outside the box. I was like, how am I going to make that fruit in clay with the skills that I've got? And this was one of them. So I was quite pleased with this. Getting that gradient on the clay was no joke, but I love how it came out. And here's the matching scissor fob. I mean, you don't have to use them as scissor fobs. You can use them as bag charms if you like. Even key rings. And kiwi. Again, challenging, but I was pretty chuffed. And the matching scissor fob. I really love this little charm, the little eye. And finally, these ones take the most time, but I'm really pleased with them. This is the pomegranate. Again, you can't really see in this light, but it's glittery and shimmery, and the seeds just look super cute. And that's the matching scissor fob for that. Oops, that's the back of it. There you go. So if you like any of those fruits or any of the other needle minders you've seen today, or the minder of the month, then please do hop over to my Etsy shop and check them out. Great little presents for Stitchy friends. Something that someone's done recently, or a couple of people did actually, is approach me to make like a mass order for retreats that they were going to. So if you're looking for retreat presents, like table gifts, I mean, for your table mates, and you want to get 8 or 10 of something, then I'm happy to do that and to give you a discount. So just send me a DM on Instagram or a message on my Etsy shop, and we can arrange that. Yeah, because I think they would make quite cute little table presents. So yeah, just thought I'd quickly shoehorn that in as a shameless plug. But hey, why not? It's Stitchy, so it's all good. Oh, okay, let's do this. So there's a few old bits. Okay, so first of all, from Kate Blanford, I've got some beautiful floss rings. So I didn't actually show you, but in the whale project from earlier, I'd ordered some floss drops from Kate Blanford to go with that. And then I also ordered some to go with a peacock project that I'm starting this next month. And that's these ones. So if you go onto Kate Blanford's Etsy shop, I'll try and show you them individually. If you go onto Kate Blanford's Etsy shop, she does these little flowers in lots and lots of different colours. It's set up so that you just order like one colour, but I messaged her and said, I want to get a mixture. What's the best way of doing it? And she said, look, just order the one and then send me a message with how many of each colour you want, which is what I did. So we got this nice frosted blue, excuse me, frosted yellow, frosted green, clear glitter, and like this tealy green. And I did something similar but with pinks and teals for the whale set. So I just love this. I just think it's beautiful peacock colours. So yeah, I will link to Kate's Etsy shop down below. I've got 2 floss clubs to quickly show you. There is a lot on here, so this could take a while. So the first one is not the July, but the June box. So this is the Cottage Garden Threads Floss Club from Talking Dog Stitchery. And the June one, it said it's a dark and moody palette this month with a cozy bookish theme. And it is these ones. Hearth. Lovely sort of dark grey blue. Sleepy Cat, which is like the best name, and it really does look like a little ginger cat colour. Nib, presumably like ink. And as they always do it, this is Mary Shelley, and it's a mixture of those 3 combined into a variegated one. I love these Cottage Garden threads, and now I've actually started breaking into my collection and using them for different projects, and they are like so smooth and like fun to stitch with. I need to reveal something else. So the first time I used one of these, I didn't know how this worked, and I just like ripped it open and just stuck it on a floss drop. And then I was watching the Cottage Garden Threads YouTube channel, and I was like, oh, there's a special way of doing it. I'm going to try and show you now in case you didn't know this either. Right, so don't undo any of this, okay? Just grab the left-hand side, gently pull it, and it comes out, and then you can separate it out, and then you keep it on here. You can maybe punch a hole up here if you wanted to put it on a ring, or just keep it as it is. And then if you want to pull a thread out, hold here gently, grab one thread. Oh, I'm showing this terribly. Hold here, grab one thread, gently tug, and it comes out. Like, what an idiot I was ripping this apart. In case none of you knew that, that's my public service announcement for this week, to show you how to use the genius packaging, because it is genius packaging, of Cottage Garden threads. So I hope that was helpful. And then in July, we got some from their new Secret Garden collection, which I was really chuffed about. So it says, from the Cottage Garden Threads new Secret Garden range, we particularly love Old Key, so do I. We're sure it'll add some beautiful gold to your stitching. And we've got Ember. Beautiful. These are kind of more autumn colours, but that's fine. Got plenty of autumn patterns. Follow the Robin. This is Old Key. It's a gorgeous gold. It's gorgeous. And then, as always, Velvet, which is a variegated version of the other three. So yeah, I love this floss club. I really enjoy it. And I love building up my Cottage Garden Threads collection because they are stunning. My other floss club, as you know, regular viewers will know, is the Weeks Dye Works Floss Club from Corrie's Little Shop. Letitia at Corrie's Little Shop, I've said before, she is a genius when it comes to thread. There is not a brand or a type of thread she doesn't know about and can't get hold of. She's brilliant. If you've got a project and you need it kitting up, then she's probably going to help you out with that. I needed some thread matching the other week and she found something for me. She's wonderful. And I'm in the Weeks Dye Works Floss Club, which means I get 10 Weeks Dye Works threads per month in alphabetical order. We're going through the whole alphabet. So I'll just very quickly do these because otherwise we'll be here all day. So we've got Buttercup, Blue Topaz, Camellia, lovely pink, lovely bright pink, Bubblegum, Bordeaux, red wine, Blue Coat Red, Busy Lizzie, that's a stunner, that one, Broom Tree, Brick, and Cactus. Lots of lovely variegation in there. Now I can't remember which of these was July and which of these was June, so we'll just move on. But the other, here's the other. And we've got Capri. I think this was most recent. Yeah, because it's got all the C's. Cappuccino. Cardinal. Caper. Love this. Really is the colour of capers. Caramel. Not very caramelly, but I love the variegation of green to cream. Another beautiful variegated one, Caribbean. Look at that. Oh, gorgeous. Celadon. Carrot. Carolina Cecile. And Carnation. There's a beautiful pale pink into beige. You guys know I love Weeks Dye Works. I love Weeks Dye Works. So this is a wicked club to join if you want to start building up your Weeks Dye Works collection. So it's the Weeks Dye Works. Oh, it's got it on there. Yes, that was July. Weeks Dye Works Thread Club from Corrie's Little Shop, and I will link it below. We're getting there, guys. We're on the home straight, which is good because my throat's getting dry and I'm about to lose my voice. Okay, so I got 2 charts this month. Been waiting for them for ages to be able to get. I like hard copy charts So I was waiting to be able to get them because Primrose Cottage don't send to the UK yet. So I was waiting for them to either come to the UK or to go on 123 Stitch, where it's only £5 postage. And eventually I got them from 123 Stitch, and it's the Stitching Quaker. I mean, for God's sake, it's so gorgeous. I love all the Quakers, as you know, but this one is stunning. And then I had to get its little sister, the Stitching Quilt. Gorgeous. I also bought all the DMC conversion to stitch that with, but don't know what I did with that. It must be in my cabinet. Oh, this was the other fabric. So you know I was talking about Homemakery. So the purple opalescent fabric that I got for the whale came from Homemakery. I can now reveal the purple fabric is called Monet. Went American there for a minute. And it is Picture This Plus Crystal Cashel 28 count linen even weave. Monet is the purple, and this one is Coastal. I bought both, sorry for the noise. I bought both for the whale because I wasn't sure which one I wanted to use. This one ended up being too similar to some of the blues in the whale, hence the purple. But it's this gorgeous shimmery opalescent. You can't see the shimmer very well in this light, but it is gorgeous in real life. You have to take my word for it on that. So yes, this one is Picture This Plus Crystal Cashel 28 count linen even weave. Although I don't know if it's linen or even weave, to be honest. I can't really tell. One of the two in Coastal, and the other one was Monet. So thank you, Homemakery. Homemakery are a really good fabric shop that don't seem to pop up as much. So like if you're looking for fabric, if you're in the UK, you're searching for fabric, a lot of the usual suspects pop up, but Homemakery is always quite far down the Google list. So I do recommend, because they have a good start, especially Picture This Plus. They have a nice collection of Picture This Plus, which is not always that easy to get in the UK. So I definitely recommend. 2 items left, and then I'll leave you to get on with your day. Both beautiful. So first of all is, I got this ages ago, but as I say, I haven't had a video, so I haven't had a chance to get it. I got my hands on, and they are very elusive, the Little Dove Designs new project bags. I swear to God, these sell out in like a second. I think I had a little mini rant about this in my last video about how like dramatic and stressful it is to get, to sometimes be able to purchase handmade bags, stitching project bags, and these, they go the instant they come out, sometimes even before you get to the checkout. So I was very chuffed to get my hands on this one. This patchwork is insane. It's so beautiful. I absolutely love it. So when she next does a drop, be on the lookout for Little Dove Designs new bags. They're beautifully made, they're beautiful patterns, they're pretty roomy. Highly recommend. Equally difficult to get hold of, as you guys know, I've mentioned before, Pauline at Sobe Bags can also be quite tricky to get hold of, but she is often willing to sort of make something custom for you for whatever fabric she has available at the time. In her last or second to last bag drop that she did, she was offering something new, and that was what she's calling retreat mats. Now I love this concept. So you're at a retreat, you want to lay all of your stuff out. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. So let me just show you my one to make it easier. So I bid on a couple, you know what I mean, commented on a couple, wasn't sure if I was going to win them, and then I messaged her and said, actually, have you got any more of this fabric, pointing at a bag that she'd made, because I'd love it in that if you've got any more. And she's like, yeah, I do, I'll make one specially for you. Oh, it's so beautiful, so beautiful. Right, so let me show you how it works. So you can have it all wrapped up like this with a nice little bow, keep everything inside, and then you lay it out flat at your retreat. Sorry, just focus on this fabric for a second. How stunning are these birds and florals? Just gorgeous. Anyway, So you lay this out, imagine this is laid out flat, right? So you've got your little needle. You could put needle or you could use it as a thread bed. You've got pockets here for putting your scissors and your bits and bobs. You've got this, that pops out and you then put it together, all matches. This is just genius. Everything about this is genius. And it turns into a little aught collector, thread collector. So you've got this all laid out with your aught collector. You got your scissors stuffed in here, you got your needle minders, you got your pen if you're using it to mark, whatever. It's just gorgeous. Your snack if you're me. And it's just stunning. And she's got this lovely lace. And then you can put it all away. Oh, and it's got a nice clip there as well for dangling your bits and bobs. And put it all away, do it all up. You could even roll your project into it if you were just like, you wanted to just quickly shove your project in your bag and go. It's just gorgeous. Love it so much. So keep your eye out for, oh, I'll put this all away nicely. Ready to take to Stitch in London. Yeah, so keep your eye out for more of these. As I say, she's calling them retreat mats, I think. And they are stunning. And as always, beautifully made. I love Sobe bags so much. And again, I will link her Instagram down below so you can join me in the carnage on release day. Okay. Oh, we're nearly done, guys. This has been a long one. It's 1 hour 11. I'm so sorry. I will be back quicker next time so it won't be such a long video. 2 other things to mention. I keep mentioning them. Stitch in London, I'm going weekend 1. I think we're sold out, so this is not me plugging it because I think, sadly, if you're not going, you're too late because it sells out instantly. I'm going weekend 1. If you are going weekend 1 and you watch my Flosstube, please comment. I'd love to know your name and then meet you, or even if we've met before, just tell me down below because I really want to say hello to you guys. I'm vending there as well. So on the Saturday, there will be a cotton and clay stall where I will have plenty of the fruit, hopefully, and some exclusives and yeah, all sorts going on. But the rest of the time I'm there as a participant. It's always an amazing time. If you are going for the first time this year, then I'm just so excited for you to, you know, be experiencing it for the first time. But yeah, please comment below if you are going to Stitch in London because I want to know who's going, especially weekend 1, so that I can say hello to you. Also, I managed to get onto Big Stitch 2026, again, that I mentioned earlier. Big Stitch 2024 was just so good, and they're putting it on again. Again, it's in Rotherham/Sheffield at the Magna Centre, and it's just a great venue, great fun. And all my Stitchy besties are like going to both these retreats, so I'm like just high as a kite about it. 27th 28th of June next year. So again, if you are going to Big Stitch, I'm not vending a Big Stitch, by the way. I wanted to just purely be able to enjoy it as a stitcher, but there are some incredible vendors. Like some of the vendors that have been announced already are just wonderful, and I know a lot of you love Stacey Nash, and she's the keynote designer this year, so just awesome. And I think Jacob at Modern Folk Embroidery is going again as well. So yeah, just it's going to be a hoot. So again, if you're going to Big Stitch next year, please let me know in the comments because I'm desperate to know. Also, please comment if you want to win the kit for the current Halloween stitch along for Historical Sampler Company. Just make sure at the end of your comment or the beginning of your comment you've mentioned the word Halloween, and then I will know that you're interested and I can pick you out. And if you haven't subscribed and you like my ramblings and the stuff that I've shown you, then please, please, please subscribe. And if you can, please also share this video on Instagram or Facebook with your stitchy mates, because I'd love to get some more eyes on these projects, because I love sharing it with you so much, and I enjoy doing these videos. Like, I genuinely woke up this morning, I was like, yay, I've actually got time today, I can do my Flosstube, because I just enjoy doing them so much. And I enjoy getting all of your comments and chatting to you, and yeah, it's just so much fun. So thank you so much for watching. Sorry that I've taken an hour and 15 minutes of your day. You've probably watched this in about 3 chunks, and I do not blame you. Lots of love, have some fantastic stitching, and I will see you, I mean, it'll be knee deep in school holidays at that point, but I will see you sort of 18th, 19th of August. I'll see you then. Happy stitching, guys. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.